Yay!
Oh, welcome everybody back to the Glasgow 2024 Twitch stream. Thank you for joining us. So we are playing on behalf of Glasgow 2024, which was the Worldcon in Glasgow in 2024 last year. I'm so sorry that we're technically still advertising something that is gone.
I'm not.
We can tell you how wonderful it was, but that's not exactly much help. I'm sorry.
It was good fun.
To
Come to the Easter Con in 2 years. They finished at the end of 2024.
But voting for Hugo's...
That's the thing.
Yeah, if you have a membership, the nominations for Hugo's is currently open as of the recording of this video. So please.
As of mid-February, the 15th.
If you're watching it back on YouTube, Zol's
I don't know, it's March or April or something now. Who knows?
Yeah. So we would recommend that you have a look at what other Worldcons are coming up. We've got Seattle this year.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I get this wrong every single.
You got it the right way round, yeah. Mhm.
And then we haven't voted for the year after that because that will get voted for this year, and I can't remember what the nominees are. So good luck.
Probably Canada.
You probably can.
Oh, is it Montreal and?
It's Montreal.
What is there a contender?
It's Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
I think it's probably
It's
Canada.
it's statistically likely to be Montreal, but we are not taking bets at this point in time. I ain't taking bets. Please check out their website. We also recommend that if you are UK based like ourselves, that you can check out the EasterCon. I think it's in Belfast this year. Is it the end of April-ish?
What? Yes.
Easter.
EasterCon's at
It's
Easter.
over Easter weekend. I have no idea when that is. Time is not something I
moves.
deal with.
It moves.
And there are a lot of other larger conventions that are starting to pop up. We've got Tabletop Scotland coming up in it's either August or September. So do in Edinburgh. It's now in Edinburgh in the Royal
That's
Highlands
actually a lot more
Centre.
convenient to get to.
Yeah. They moved from Perth. I think they're going to Edinburgh this year.
Getting closer.
So yeah, take some time to check out those. I really recommend it. I'm so sorry that you could not have come to Glasgow if you did not. If you did, yay! We're so happy you made it. Last thing, the Worldcon Community Fund is still happening. So if you are able to, we'd love if you could contribute slightly towards the fund. It helps fans get to conventions that they wouldn't normally be able to afford, so it's great. It's just lovely to give back to the community like that if you can. And the flip side of that is, if you want to get to a convention and you don't have the funds to do so, please check out the community fund and see if they can help you get to a convention. They are more than happy to chat to anybody. It should be on the Seattle website. In their community section, I believe. But we will be sticking links into our how you can donate to the community fund, which will be passed along. Awesome. So into more specifically this Twitch stream, this is a Let's Play of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It is a homebrew creation by myself that is heavily stolen from absolutely everywhere. This is Hell and Highwater, session
26.
26.
Yeah.
We've been playing for, is it 2 years?
No, we started in the summer. We're
Summer.
getting close to 2 years.
2 years in the summer, so about a year and a half, year and 3/4 kind of timing. Had hoped to have it finished before the convention, but oh well, it's D&D, it happens. But yes, we're at session 26, and I think with that, it would be a good time to introduce ourselves. I'm Alex, I'm the DM. I run everything that isn't these folks and the random NPCs that I've given them now, because I can't be asked running all the NPCs.
There's too many of them.
There is, yeah. You have a horde
Look at them
now.
all. There's just so many.
I'm Isla, I'm playing Kai. They are a half-elf bard.
That's
Done.
it.
Just Bard now.
Just bard.
Patron and falling out. Well,
We don't like them.
no.
They broke up.
No.
Friendship over with...
Talos and also the Avaleth.
You're now your own Bard.
What, do you remember that meme template? Friendship over with?
Yeah.
Who would you replace it with? Who's your new bestie?
Me.
Aww, that's
Self-love.
really cute.
Aw.
Very sweet.
Hey, I'm Will. I'm playing Adolin, and he's an Aasimar Ranger.
And I'm Rosie. I'm playing Polly. She is an Aasimar Druid Paladin. Druid circle of bees.
Oh, bees. Oh, paladin. I wrote the wrong thing.
Draladin?
Draladin. Yes.
That's kind of cool.
Draladin.
Do you have a subclass for paladin or just?
Nope. I'm just
Nice.
vibing.
You don't get it till 3rd level, do you?
I don't give it ever.
Okay.
No
Doesn't
votes.
exist.
All the benefits and none of the oaths.
I'm very non-committal.
You're like, oh, I need to throw an oath? Oh, no, I've just dipped my toe in, thank you.
No, I'm okay.
Not for me.
I'm here for the spites.
Just here, just.
Sweet. And I think that's a good time to jump into our recap, if Will wouldn't mind.
Sure. I feel like there's a clock out somewhere, but I'm going to jump in before that happens.
Quick!
We are taking a moment of calm. When last we left our heroes, they had come through a real bruiser of a fight. This campaign started with us fighting devils and undead and cults, and our last big fight was against angels, because that's where we are now.
We started with harpies, technically, but...
Well, there's the raid on the monastery. But, yes, we slew many an angel in an effort to free our new goddess of sorts. You feel the lady who watches. We started last time with her meeting herself, her mortal form and her divine form sort of recombining, and then potentially going straight into like recombining with our 3rd divine shard, which was in our magic sword, which we'd had for a while. But we sort of held off on that for a minute, just in case we needed that MacGuffin to combine with the other MacGuffins to save the city that's in hell that we're trying to save.
Video game MacGuffins.
MacGuffins. Again, the campaign started with us thinking we need to combine these 3 MacGuffins, and now we've just kind of gone, no.
We did that.
Didn't
help.
We're not using them.
No, we did. We combined the 3 MacGuffins, but they were all Eofeel.
She was the MacGuffin all along.
Yeah.
A different 3
The real MacGuffin was the friend made along the way.
Yeah.
physically made by stitching 3 parts together.
And now we're gonna probably like elevate her to godhood in an effort to
Hell yeah.
tear this city loose from the timescape and turn it into a divine realm for her to assume in her godly form. But first, we need to break some chains that are holding it to the plains of hell. We're gonna bust one of them out. The remaining Knights of Ash are gonna bust the other 2, and she's gonna go and make a good impression with them by helping them. We've also lied to the Knights of Ash about what we're doing, because their god is sort of opposed to our god, but we don't want to tell them that
Our
yet.
almost god.
Our almost god. So there's a slight bit of deception going on our part, but that's okay, because it's for the greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good. And from there we went to prep for our next raid.
This is a raid!
This is a raid!
Hey!
Good job!
Thanks, Mark.
Who needs details? Sorry, keep it high level.
Yeah. That's all that's happened.
Awesome. So I believe we've just come out the council meeting, had some soup and sat down.
Yes.
We've got about 8 hours before you can take your long rest, because you immediately got up, went into the fight with the angels, spent all your resources, and then went into the council meeting. And as per the rules of how I run D&D, you cannot just immediately go for another long rest. You have to have spent a day, essentially, being
Seems
awake.
fair.
It's awesome.
All of my notes from the council meeting are General Solani, Bronze Dragonborn, Bahamut. That's it.
Oh my god, Solani is Bahamut?
Okay.
That's all I've got.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not a bad no.
yeah, they're cool. They are going to
It's
lead.
accurate.
They're going to lead one of the other 2 teams to strike one of the 3 chains, and the other team is going to be led by a certain High Knight Gregwin, who, you know,
Stats for Gregor.
who's got this
We've got a mini for him
fucking
now.
awesome mini now. Like, they look
Very cool.
very cool.
It's very fucking majestic.
But we're still not. I don't really like him that much, but that's from a different campaign.
Yeah.
He's a recurring character like
He
Team
looks
Rocket.
kind of like, well, I've just been thinking of Sir Willamette Keswick from Class Canon. You've not listened to that one.
Did
Never
you
mind.
No,
see
sorry.
on the news of the guy that got swallowed by a whale?
Yes.
Yeah, and they just, I really want to just.
No.
Don't eat the mini!
I will make you chocolate minis if you want, and
The
we'll do another
stream is
Easter
cancelled
episode or
because we need to
something.
take Isla to the hospital.
Oh, you don't want to just.
Eat him.
Eat him.
Doesn't look
Maybe not
Lance
sword, but-
really does put me off. God, it is beautiful though, Alex. You
Is
did a
it
great
good?
job.
He's been vanished, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
He looks very shiny.
Yes, he's been finished off.
Very beautiful.
Gregwin was on our list. He was on our hit list for a while. I've been
Actually
lanced.
quite stabby, so just be a
Oh,
smidgen
right.
careful.
I've been lanced.
You could get the tip of a compass and like make it extra sharp.
This
I
game is
thought
a-
you meant like mount him on a compass so he'd be the compass point.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
no, I was meaning like a circle compass.
Right, okay.
No, the,
Also
the violence is imaginary.
It doesn't have to be.
Hey, come on, Will. We can stretch. We can make it not imaginary violence where I throw things at you when you take damage.
But if we kill the DM, the game
Have you
is
guys
kind of
ever-
over.
You
Real
get advantage
knees in
on your
here?
attack throw if you hit Alex.
I'm never going to get advantage. I'm never going to actually be able to hit you all. Even though two of you are right here.
But yes, Gregwin has now come face to face with his god, which was a bit of an odd thing to witness because he's the High Knight, and then he just kind of went, "Oh my god, my lady, you're here," and I think she was also
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
that was
bit.
the thing.
She was also a little bit weirded out by it, but
I think, no, if I remember correctly, she feckin' loved it.
oh, she liked it, yeah.
Yeah, don't know what that was.
Road rage.
She was like, yeah, bit pandering's quite nice, thank you very much.
Not too shabby.
Yeah. And then she made us an offer that we couldn't
Oh, yeah.
refuse.
We got boons.
We got boons.
Dude, I
We found-
forgot.
Found a quiet little out of the way room,
Don't know
and
how.
she finished herself off in front of us. And a great time was had by all. We all got something out of it.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is true, yeah. All of these statements are correct.
They are technically accurate.
Mhm.
What boon did you pick?
Yeah, did you actually set up one?
Yes, I settled on the boon of perfect health,
Oh yeah.
which means like immunity to disease, immunity to poison, which I believe also includes poison damage.
No more STIs.
No more STIs.
It was a big issue for Adolin before.
Little baby Adolin.
Barely knows what a woman is.
He's never seen one.
Doesn't really know.
He's not looked at Polly this entire campaign.
I'm starting to feel a little hurt.
No, but you are friend.
Can't
You're
be
not
female
woman,
and
you're
friend.
friend.
That scene in like the 4th Harry Potter book where Ron needs a date and he's like, Hermione, you're a girl. Thanks for noticing.
Fucking tablespoon.
Incredible.
Yeah. But yeah, perfect health, disease, poison, and advantage on Constitution saving throws,
Lovely.
which will include concentration, which will be cool. What boons did you all go for?
Boon of spell recall.
Mm.
Because I remembered that.
You recalled.
Yes, I recalled some stuff.
Mm.
And I think that this could be really handy for the next fight.
Sounds good.
Exciting stuff.
Boon of fate. I can add a D10. A D10 as a
Ooh.
bonus attack to as a bonus to people's rolls.
Nice. Is that like any
Very
roll?
cool.
Like any D20
Is it
roll?
just-
Any
called-
saving throw, ability check, or attack roll within 60 feet of me.
I misheard
Cool.
you. I thought you said boon of fight, which is why I was like,
Ah,
but fate makes
Fate,
more sense.
yes.
Yeah.
The boon of irresistible
every
offense.
short
It's
rest.
kind of like,
yeah.
that's good.
Once- is it
Sounds like the boon
once
of
per
fight.
short rest.
Cool. Mm.
God, imagine trying to stack. The amount of stuff you could stack now on a single roll as a group
Yeah.
is insane.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you like? Does it take a reaction to do that?
You can just do it.
Because it's only once per short rest. I
It's
think
just
it's
one-
a
yeah.
free action.
It's a free action.
So
So
you
you can do
could.
that and a silvery bard.
And a silver bard.
And a bardic.
And a bardic inspiration. You are a buff machine at this
Ah.
point. A buff
go.
machine.
It is a boon of fight because it makes you so buff.
Yes! What does your boon look like?
Ooh.
Ooh.
This is a
Because
good one.
Alex said it has a physical
Manifestation.
manifestation on you, so.
Oh, that's so fun.
Ooh.
I didn't even think about that.
I think Kai doesn't look dead anymore. They just look like a person.
Holy shit!
A bit less
Holy
grey and
shit.
pallid.
That's kind of huge.
Do you think that's something that like Kai chose, or would you prefer that's more like Eophil looked at you and went, "Oh my god, we need to fix that
Yeah,
power."
I think that
Gotta
one.
feel better.
I don't think Kai's used to it. They don't notice it anymore. They're like, okay, let's just use some angel juice and you can be alive.
Alive. Yeah.
Wild.
I was thinking of something similar actually for like
You-
Boon of Perfect Health. Is that Adolin looks a lot more
You just look really rosy.
hale and hearty than. No, you look.
Oh.
A lot more hale and hearty, and maybe there's a little bit now that Eofiel's restored his Aasimar spark to him as well. There's just a bit more of an angelic
true.
vibe in general. His hair looks a bit more voluminous. There's a bit more colour in his cheeks. His
Gently wafts.
his eyes
kind of
sparkle.
thing.
His cape is always like slightly billowing in the breeze.
Wow.
His hair puffs into everyone's face whenever they hug.
Self-insert.
And Polly?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, you guys are going very literal with yours, so does this mean that Polly's head is just a little bit bigger? I don't think I like that.
I mean, Polly has been very, very sure of herself this entire
She
campaign.
is already so big-headed. I don't think he could do anything to get any larger. I don't know.
Where do you keep your extra spell?
Where do I keep my extra spell? That is a good. That is a good question.
In one of your freckles. You have a new freckle.
I have a new freckle. Oh, actually, yeah. I'll say I've got like a little mark, like right here. That's like just got a little. I don't know what like Eo feels kind of like bestowing of boon looks like, but like some sort of like anointment that it's like that shit's gonna stay there forever now.
Like a little birthmark.
Yeah, maybe or like
a rebirth
Oh,
mark.
have you read the Aragon, the Inheritance series books?
I read the first one many moons ago. I
Okay,
can't
well, do you know the
remember.
dragon marks in it that are like when a dragon like bestows a mark upon an individual, it's like a silvery kind of silky kind of
Ooh,
colour.
I like that.
It-
Can it be goldy though?
If you like, yeah.
It's just got a little gold still kind of, I don't know, like a star or something. Right here.
Aww.
Very cute.
Like a bindi.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's where your spell
Okay.
lives.
It's where my spell lives, it's true. And then it shoots out.
Just every time you use it, you just sort of sat there going, "Come on!"
I'm sorry.
I want to see you like pack fireball or disintegrate and just blast it out your
Oh,
forehead.
it's like the
That'd be
dude
sick.
from Avatar.
Sparky Boom Bang.
Yes! That's me! I'm Sparky Boom Bang!
I love that show.
Impeccable.
They were in Glasgow doing like the music for that
I
this
know,
week.
I know. I wish I'd gone.
Orchestral avatar.
Oh,
Nice.
they did Uncle Iroh's song. I would have cried.
Oh.
I would have cried so hard.
I watched Legend of Korra first, so I go to
Weird.
Pali of the Red Lotus rather than Sparky Boom Man.
Yeah.
No, Sparky Boom Bang.
No, Pali, the 6.5 foot tall, shaped sides.
How she died was quite cruel.
Oh, it was dark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spoilers for a show that's been out for like over 10 years.
I'm not
Yeah.
giving spoilers for something that's been out for 10 years now.
Mm.
Not in this community either.
Legend of Korra season 3. Banger. Absolute banger.
Literally.
I don't even know her.
God damn it.
She's like unique.
Is Adolin going to be a fuckboy now that he can't get STDs? That's the thing. He's going to be like, I finally understand.
He's still got negative charisma.
He's got negative charisma and he's a baby.
You still can't do anything about that.
And not even God can help out.
The next time you actually go for it again, you're like, I've got God behind me, a good God behind me. This is a raid! And you just see us all watching you and be like, what the fuck have I taken on?
Your voice cracking and then like, yeah, beautiful. Can you tell that we're delaying something we're very nervous about?
She's like, I'll get you elocution lessons.
Oh, I'm just going to get you a really stylish hat. I think that will fix everything.
This is a raid.
So much
Why? Did you feel really into hats before the whole divine imprisonment
Somebody
thing?
else brought up the hat. Sorry.
The The way you did it was very fedora.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like top hat and cane.
It's
Okay.
the exact same dance that she did as the bees.
A little bit, yeah. It was
Yeah.
incorporated into that because I only know so many recognisable dances that I can do above the table.
I think that was fantastic.
My footwork is fantastic, but you can't see it. Yes, I am delaying because I am also nervous about this fight.
Do I have the cup with me? That's another question that I forgot to
Yeah, you
ask.
still got
Yeah.
Okay, like we're going.
You still have the
we're
trident. It's
leaving
just
the
sort of
tea.
like
It's in a bag.
I just wasn't
think it's
sure.
in your magic.
I wasn't sure
That
if
was in
we
the magic
had
golf bag.
the blessing to take it with us, or if they were like, no, we want to keep it and do stuff to it.
I believe you told the council there was
Yeah.
no fucking way you were giving it to them.
Cool. I couldn't quite remember.
And Garen backed you on that, so I believe the council sort of went, we technically can't argue with you on that, so they can't, so
Who needs democracy when you have brute strength?
Yeah.
when you're heavily relying on a group that is the most powerful individuals in a place, when they say they're going to do something, there's only so much you can do. However, you are the brute strength here. It's your choice how you wield your brute strength.
That is fun. We can do this.
Okay, so we have 8 hours of downtime
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
prep spells, do tactics, I don't know, randomly chat to NPCs, but let's maybe not take on the entire session with that.
Yeah.
Oh, we could spend 6 hours looking for Kyle.
Looking for that cat.
Yeah,
Where
where's
the
the
fuck
cat?
cat?
We got time.
Yeah.
Alright,
We hunt for the cat.
okay. How long you want to spend?
Couple
Do I
hours.
have locate creature?
Do you have? Oh, look at creature.
I do, but it's a 4th level, and I have used all of my 4th level slots and upwards. Alas, I used my boon to cast. No, I shan't be doing that either.
Ooh, okay. I think that throws off your tomorrow plan, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a midnight snack. That's the plan.
Midnight
Yeah.
snacks. Yeah, you should tell me who you all want to be involved.
Oh
with
yeah,
that as well,
I
'cause
mean,
you get a certain number of slots.
yes. So
You can
The
have a think
midnight
about
snack
it.
is Hero's,
Hero's
Feast,
Feast
for
yes,
context.
For context, yeah. Well, you guys, obviously, I guess.
I suppose.
So that's 3,
Yeah.
and then
How many is it?
How many people?
Lena, I think it's
You've
10.
got yourself.
10.
We've got Adolin.
Me somewhere.
Where are you? There you
Right
are.
there.
Sorry. Got Lena.
Yep.
Got Clifford. And then, are we taking Barrow?
Yes.
Yep.
Barrow.
He's part of this now.
These are your 3 mages
Oh, hello.
that you
Oh.
will be taking with you.
Hi.
They are the
You know-
most
Wow, they're so familiar.
cohesive mage-looking like people that
We
I
definitely
have.
haven't
so-
already killed them.
I mean, that was Lena for a while, so as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
generic mages that all look vaguely similar, so you can tell who they are on the
That was
battlefield.
Tezzin in
That
fight
was
once.
Tezzin for a while, yes.
Wow. So how many is that? All of them. Those kitties.
Let me back. You've
6
got
six of
Belinda.
us.
Oh.
7 with Belinda, if we want to include her. If
And then there's 3 mages if you want to include the mages.
yeah.
I think
that
that
would be-
including the mages makes sense.
That would be 10.
It's 12, sorry, I just
Oh,
looked it
okay.
up. Yeah, so I
Oh,
can
wow.
get 2 more.
Who else is doing
Wisdom
things?
saving throws with
Would
advantage.
I like to
maximum
join
goes
us for the
up.
Hero's Feast?
She's good.
She's good.
She's fine.
I wasn't going to invite her. She's chill.
Of all the people that she thinks is going to survive tomorrow, she's good.
We want Zolani or Bragwin or something, so one of the other parties maybe survives.
That's what I was thinking, is like
God,
giving it to
yeah.
another party. It would be really funny if I did it on like Bigby or something, but like
Don't think that's going to make him survive.
No.
No.
So how do you grab on bad shows?
Just a giant bee, but he has abs.
Oh, yeah.
His tiny legs have biceps.
Whoa.
All 6 of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Wings have them as well.
I
That'd be
think
arm day or leg day.
yes.
Both.
For which one?
Oh.
All 6.
The legs. That's leg day.
The wings.
Where's the arms
They
then?
don't have arms.
Would wings also be legs?
No, that's wing
If a
day.
bee wore trousers.
It would have 6 holes.
I'm at a loss. Generally flashed before my eyes was like, and they would wear a little belt and their stinger would stick out the bottom of the, like, I was like, I can see this.
It's
This
just
is-
all a denim onesie with 8 holes and then a head gap
They
and a
look
stinger gap.
concerningly like minions.
Do the
and that
wings?
makes me
Do the
sad.
wings count as limbs?
Can we circle
Anyway,
back?
yeah.
So you've got 2 more slots. We're not doing big.
I do think that like if the like just putting one in each of the other groups then like honestly I wouldn't give it to Gregwin, I would give it to a weenie. Like
Oh, weenie.
a weenie, I would give it to one of the
Greg
mages
have
or
a
something.
Yeah, one of the
Sorry?
mages would be good.
Sorry.
I started asking a question and changed my mind.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the 10 of us, and then
Want to ask about Zolani?
Or do you want to do mages from both
Who's
of them?
Solani again?
He's in charge of one of the other. Gregwin and Solani are in charge of the 2 other groups.
Yeah.
Zolani is
Or we
one
could
of
do
the council
a mage
members
from
of the Knights of Ash. He is a general and he is leading one of the groups.
I
He's
think
the
that
bronze dragonborn that spoke up in your favour.
Yeah.
they are highly competent to get to the
Yes.
position that they are. I think I would be better. It would
With
be
the
better
mages?
with the mages.
Okay.
One mage from each of the other groups as the leftovers.
Mm.
Would probably be the best shout because like the mages need to survive in order for it to keep on being cast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Are one of the mages spare?
Yes,
Fair.
you're being sent 3 mages. You only need 2 to do the
Instead
ritual.
of 3, 1, and 1, do you want to do 2, 2, and 1?
that seems so mean. I guess. But
Just
like
purely from a numbers perspective.
but like
I think
the third one out in the first 2 groups are gonna
they
be
can
like
all pull
they're
straws.
gonna look at that and be like, you don't think I'm going to survive?
They can all do rock, paper, scissors.
let's-
We don't need to pick favourites.
Let's do all 3 of ours. Because we
Okay.
care about these ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe just one of each from the other 2
Yeah.
parties. Teams.
Yeah, it makes more like not more sense, honestly. I think Isla's right that the other way makes more sense. Honestly, we could do 2, 2, and 2 and leave Belinda out of it. But like but no, I think that for the sake of we're not going to have to encounter these other people, I don't think in terms of roleplay, I would just
You don't want to
one of
have an
each.
awkward conversation, so you're going to potentially doom all of
No, I'm not
Pearlmire.
doing them. Are you kidding? We're going to be fine. They've got Eophil on their back.
They don't know that technically.
Yes, but we do. We know that. It's fine. Maybe I'll just like pass them the food and pretend. I'll be like, yes, this is the greatest heroes feast of all. Goodberry. No. Yeah. So let's split it. So it's all of us, one from each of the other mage groups.
Okay.
And we'll do that kind of before we go to bed, so we get, because it's 24 hours, so that'll mean that we've got the longest amount of time to enjoy it. And we'll roll all of the hit points and stuff then.
Okay.
What's in
Sounds
the
good.
spell storing at the moment?
Good question. Well, I'm going to be on a tuning from it to give it to Lena with Wall of Stone.
Yep.
I think again. Ring of Spell Storing. What did I have in this? When it was full, it had 2 absorb elements and a haste.
Right.
I can't remember what it's in it now, but I think that the haste got used in,
Mhm.
I think.
I feel like
One.
one absorb element, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking that wasn't anything that we could like put to use right now before
No.
we waste it, but
The other absorb elements could stay in there alongside Wall of Stone. That could be useful for
No.
me.
Just gonna step out
Well,
for
stone
1
is a
minute,
fifth
but please keep
level.
discussing things.
Wall of Stone is a 5th level, so
Oh, is it 5th? Sorry.
so I can't. I misspoke last time.
Okay,
So it would be gone, I'm afraid. But
that's fine. We can empty it out.
that's fine. So you'll unattune from that today, and Lena will reattune to that today. I will cast Wall of Stone first thing tomorrow morning into it, which means I'll be down 1 5th level slot immediately. But there's no real other way to do it.
And it spreads the concentration around.
I spreads the concentration around. She can stay back, and she can kind of cast that. Our plan is to have that around the mages, essentially, as
Can
like
you curve the wall?
yes, it's
Ooh.
it's weird, and there's also different thicknesses. And I meant to send the spells, but again, I was at a wedding. Yeah, so you can curve it. It can be it's really confusing because the dimensions are like there's so much information, so it's
It is very long, yeah.
yeah 10 by 10 foot panels, so that is
Okay.
it can be 100 feet long.
Somehow.
But I can
With curves and wiggles.
I can just make it a ring around them, or Lena can at least, a little ring around
Cool.
them. So 100 feet. Let me just do a little bit Pythagoras. Not Pythagoras, sorry.
Circles.
Geometry. So if we've got
Circles
100 feet.
in shapes. Do we know where we're going?
31.
Like, just in a very literal sense, how to get there.
I think there's probably going to be like a local knowledge check involved. We haven't rolled that yet. I think in general we know which neighbourhood we're going to find this.
It's been
shape
pointed
there.
out on the map.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you know roughly what neighbourhood the other two are. Essentially, you've got 3 chains that are like thirds of a pie round from each other, kind of thing.
120 degrees apart.
Thank you. I was like, my brain's not going to get there fast enough. Pie.
Would Adolin know anything about the neighbourhood that they're
Yes,
mobilising?
you could roll me a history check.
30 feet.
Let's go.
Where's the circly thingy? Thank you.
I
10.
needed somewhere to write.
Out
Okay.
of 10.
Okay, so you know it's like very, very close to the outer wall of Pearlmire, which makes sense because that's roughly where the boundary of the
Transportation spell was.
yeah, it was like slightly beyond that, but yeah. It looks to you like it was just a residential district. It doesn't look like it had anything particularly weird or unique.
Yep.
Like there might have been a cafe. Kind of thing. It's not near where the river is. It's not near where the warehouse district is. It's not near any of the major temples, as far as you're aware. There's nothing that stands out to you.
Okay.
If we did the conventional, they've said 3 inches thick, we could do a 30-foot diameter, so a 15-foot radius circle around them. Or if we made it
She's talking about wall of stone.
or we could make it like half the size and have it be twice as thick. Not exactly those, obviously, because I wouldn't. But that would be a smaller space, and I actually think that smaller might be better because it would mean that like they wouldn't be able to be dragged about as much.
Yeah.
But
Can you put a roof on it?
no, that's the one annoying thing. Like, but it's fine because we can find stuff like that. So I'm thinking that we can just like perch on top and be like, stay the fuck away from these guys, you know. And I'm thinking I could put the swarm of birds on top.
Oh yeah.
Something like that, maybe that could be the lid. I don't know because I can move that around. I can play that by ear a little bit.
The control winds can affect flying creatures as well if things are trying to get
yeah.
through.
Yeah, that's good.
She's like, nope.
It needs to make a strength save if they fly into the cube.
So yeah, so we could do 15 foot.
Yeah.
Or actually no, because 15 foot would be
We want it to be that big.
7.5 foot radius, which is not really how it works in D&D.
No, it is not.
Yeah, you'd have to go for like 10 feet specifically.
Cool. So I'll unattune from the ring of spell storing, and empty out that final absorb elements. Pass it to Lena.
You're like, absorb. Oh.
Just like hit me with a firebolt.
Fun.
Pass it to her. She can attune to that. She can think it up in the morning.
Lovely.
And actually, that does free up a slot that I can reattune to something I've been carrying since the beginning, which is a Ruby of the War Mage, which I can mount
Sounds
to.
useful.
I can mount it to a weapon like a sword or a
Amazing.
crossbow, so it becomes a spellcasting focus
Yeah,
for
it's so handy.
stuff.
Sounds good.
You are still attuned to the Belt of Giant Strength, or Gauntlets of
Ogre Strength.
Over Strength. Yeah, it's just so as long as you're aware of
I
that.
am aware, yes.
Because I know that you had that for your trident. I wasn't sure if that was.
Yeah.
Are you still going to be melee?
That's a point, actually. Like, how attached are you to those?
Exactly. That's why.
Not especially.
I could
For
use them.
actually-
I could really fucking use them.
I have a dagger, a rapier, and a crossbow, and none of them are magical. And I don't think any of them are strength based, so
You're not.
Unless
All those are dex.
unless I'm actively punching someone in the face, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
If you get to that point, something might
Yeah,
have gone
something's
wrong.
gone wrong
We
then.
could, like, so obviously Adolin gets first dibs, but also giving them to somebody like, Varro. I almost said Johnsu. I was like, what dragon words do I know in my life?
Johnson, our girl.
Varro, could potentially have them. Although he has bracers already for something, doesn't he?
These are gauntlets.
Does-
Okay, so I think that's...
Well, I'm currently wearing bracers and gauntlets somehow, so I guess you can.
Yeah, he's got braces that were made specifically for him that give him fighter maneuvers.
Okay, right. So...
Well, I thought we were going to put him at range for the most part,
that's
because
true.
he's got the oath bow, so I figured just put him on Belinda perhaps out of the way and he can just ping, 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 ping from a
Flat
distance.
shots, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like what we tried to do with him in the last fight, but he got, swarmed by
Dragged
him.
in, yeah.
he got
Okay.
I can make really good use of the gauntlets with, I've got expertise in athletics.
Hell yeah.
Which and my
Take
strength,
people off the edge of Pearlmire. Let them plummet to their death. That would be so cool.
plus, and this would be at least another +2 in my strength. So
It would be
set it to 19.
19, yeah.
Currently I'm at 14, so this would crank me up a couple of notches.
Yes.
And we've got a potion of growth, which gives you the enlarge effect from enlarge reduce, which I think lets you make athletics checks and stuff with an advantage.
Ooh, you would be you could just tear the chain out of the floor.
If the magic's not working.
Ritual be damned. I did actually think about that. I was like, could we not just like trim Pearlmire?
Just cut a hole.
Enlarge. Growth increases its size by 1 category. Until the spell ends, the target has advantage on strength checks and strength saves.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons grow to match the new size, and when enlarged, they deal extra d4 damage.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, potion of growth, and if you're cool with it,
Yeah. I'm
the
not going to use it.
gauntlets of ogre power. Let's go.
So what are we not achieving to there?
I've been going without the.
What other stuff do you have? Because
Yeah, I'm
I
looking
have
at
3
mine just in
slots
case.
free now.
So I've got a mantle of spell resistance, which I like. The bracer of grappling.
What stuff that you don't want?
There's nothing I don't want. I want
Okay.
all of it. The armor, the half plate, Winter's Embrace, bracer of grappling, dagger of warning, mantle of spell resistance, and I did have a ruby of the war mage. Do I need that to cast? Guardian of Nature is verbal only, so I'm not actually sure what spells I even need a focus for at this point.
Yeah, so you should be good, I think.
Yeah.
I've got my staves, my bag of bees, my cup, and I think in every slot, because I don't think the Sentinel Shield needs attunement.
I don't remember.
Nope, it does not.
Do you not still have the armband of Ilmater?
Why is that? Oh, there it is. Weirdly, it doesn't say requires attunement, but that must just be me making a fucking it up when I homebrewed it.
Oh, adjusted. Back to my -1 strength.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I think that I'm good with all of these guys.
All these widgets.
The insignia of claws isn't attunable. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
You just had
My
it.
understanding is because it's a passover from 4th edition, it's more of a balancing item than it is
Yeah.
like a buffing item.
Cool.
Because at some point it becomes really fucking annoying that you're not doing magical damage and stuff.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. It seems a little bit OP for me to have it, but like, I'm not mad.
What does it do?
It means that I get wait, I clicked on the wrong thing.
You get bonus to like
+2 bonus to the attack and damage rolls I make with my unarmed strikes and natural weapons. And my bee stinger is a natural weapon, but it's also magical, so it's like it's it's cheesing out a bit.
Because I think you bought one for Clifford anyway, so the only other person that would benefit from
He's
it.
got one.
Yeah, he's got one.
Yeah,
Exactly. You're the only 2
he's all
people that
good.
would benefit from it, so there's nobody else that would.
Unless one of you has a stinger you've not been telling me about.
You have natural weapons.
The fists. Yeah.
Barrow's like, I have teeth.
Does his breath weapon count as a natural weapon?
No.
It's
Why not?
interesting. Yeah.
Mechanically speaking, it does not.
Cool. Okay, so
Magical effect. I think.
I'll untune from the Ruby of the War Mage.
and
'cause
do you want any of the ones that were listed?
I can stop listening them after 2, so I don't know what they are.
There was the Mantle of Spell Resistance. That's
so
a pretty
what
good
what
one.
things are you not using?
the Ruby of the War Mage.
Okay, what does it do?
You can attach it to an item like a weapon, so that it counts as a material component or spellcasting focus, whilst also doubling up as a weapon.
You can sword and
that's
board
not
and
helpful.
like still cast your spells.
Yeah.
Because usually you'd have to have a hand free to
Hand.
cast spells.
Would you
I used
like
to do that anyway.
a potion of animal friendship?
I'm good, thanks.
For
Oh,
all of the animals kicking around in Pearlmire.
Yes.
one really silly thing is like my honeydew potion. I can make a new one at the end of the day. I've not used mine today. I don't think. I'll check. If I haven't, then I'll just give it to somebody who looks hurt.
Okay.
Just a
Cool.
person.
There are many people. in
Yeah, I
the
figured.
dental
Alright.
that are hurtsies.
Hurtsies. Put
Um,
that jam in someone's wound.
just smearing it all over them. They're like,
It's your rules. It's a bonus action to don it off a shield. I think we talked about it.
I'm like, sure.
we talked about this briefly because we did say that rules as written came up last session that it
It's an
was
action to do one of
an
them.
action,
usually,
yeah.
I promise we talked about it. I'm not trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
I can't confirm.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let's move on with our lives and say yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's it. That means I could like bonus action, stow the shield, and then I've got a free hand to touch the
Do
like
stuff.
spellcasting focus or a component pouch or something if I
If you
didn't-
need-
Yeah.
if I have a material spell. Yeah.
You wouldn't then be able to don the shield again in that round.
No, I'd need to another bonus action. Yeah. But that's okay with me.
Awesome.
I will keep good track of what is in my hands.
As you should. As you should.
You want to look for the cat?
Kind of.
Yeah. Are you going to track it? If I hum a song, then you can have advantage on tracking the cat.
Oh my god. Yeah. We could do that. I could use like last charge of favourite foe for the
So
day
silly.
to like
I love it.
try and track the cat.
How does that work?
So the quarry ordinarily you have to be able to see the creature to mark it. However, with a certain thing that I know I have, but I cannot find at the moment, I can find it by examining like a trail, like marks of its passing.
Okay.
So if we can find traces of the cat,
So you've got to find trace of the cat to then track the cat.
and then I can mark it as my favourite foe, and then I get like, yeah, I'm able to. Well, or if we have lucky creature, it might just be a lot easier.
This is the whole session, Alex. I hope you're ready for it.
We're not doing the combat today.
Roll me an investigation check.
I'm playing a song, you get advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was just looking for the thing. For favoured.
Permission to just change out my spells now.
Yeah, go
Okay,
for it.
cool.
Yeah, unless you're intending on casting anything today.
I mean, I'll do some. I mean, good berries for tomorrow. I've got a bunch, or not a bunch, but I've got a good kind of handful of
Investigation.
these, so
Please.
1,
With advantage?
2, 3, 4.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Nice. Where's the cat?
How long are you spending? Are you willing to spend a couple of hours?
Couple of hours.
Couple of
max.
hours?
Yeah.
Okay, with a dirty 20 in a couple of hours, I don't think you find trace of the cat.
That's a good rule though. So maybe the cat's just gone.
It's been a few days since you've last seen cat, and you're technically in a stone building.
Mm.
This isn't like muddy footprints and stuff. A busy stone building.
If
as well.
Ursho couldn't find them, then-
You did ask Ursho to spend many hours looking for this cat. as
I
well.
don't think the cat's a cat anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, the cat with wings? You don't think now you've decided isn't actually a cat?
No, I mean, I don't think it looks like it's a cat anymore.
Oh,
I think
I
it has
see.
shape-shifted.
I think you were
into
coming to
something
the
else.
revelation of like, I don't think that was a real cat.
I'm very aware it wasn't a real cat. Maybe
Like,
it
everybody
looks...
slowly looks at Kai, and you're like, no.
I know what a cat is. It's this.
After the first hour, can I cast See Invisibility just to see if that gives me an
my
edge
God.
in any way
Yeah, sure.
to search for the cat?
Okay, can you remind me how see invisibility works?
You cast a spell and you can see invisible things.
Invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible, and into the ethereal plane,
Yeah.
where the ethereal things appear ghostly and translucent.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Where's this ethereal cat?
So I think even with that, you're not going to see the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Ethereal footprints.
no, that's not how that works.
We're fishing here. We're really fishing.
Yes, you are. I think what you would see, which I think might give you a fair bit of pause, is there's a surprising amount of small devils flying past the windows of the temple.
Oh.
That you only saw after seeing visibility, and it's quite obvious they're just sort of like gently circling and keeping an eye on things.
Well.
Right. Are they ethereal or are they
Invisible.
invisible? Okay. Mostly like imps and really like
They look
low
really
rate
small, yeah.
grey things. Mm.
Like similar to the things that appear when you do like locate creature and stuff like that.
Ah, okay. What was that little critter called? Was it a quasit? Was it a...
I think a
Really?
quasar is one of the options, yeah.
Love quasits. Baldur's Gate 3, yeah. Such a good quasit.
So yeah, there appears to be
Mhm.
like some kind of like devil patrol that is just like gently circling the temple, not coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think while it startles you initially,
Mm-hmm.
there's spending that hour like looking around for the cat still, but then continuously looking out the window. It's quite obvious this is a well-established patrol that's been happening for some time, and it's
Right.
just sort of watching. And like you can see shift changes and stuff as well happening.
Damn. Okay. If I find like an upper window and like kind of like look out over the city in a few different directions.
Mhm.
Um,
There's a lot more imp patrols than you thought before.
oh
That
boy.
are like just conveying information backwards and forwards across this city.
Would Adolin get the feeling that if they'd wanted to, the devils could have overrun this place long ago?
They certainly have a hell of a lot more information than you initially thought. They are
Mhm.
fully aware of where your base of operation is and exactly how many numbers of Knights of Ash that you have. There is no way they do not know that.
Okay.
Can you roll me a... and I'm willing for this to go to the group as well if Alan wants to discuss. I either want an Arcana, History, or I will take Religion. I will take any of those three, but please declare before you roll.
Are you sharing or are you discussing?
Yeah, yeah.
Can
Did you say
we-
if Alan wants to discuss?
If Adolin.
Oh, Adolin. I thought you said
What are
Al.
your names?
Hi, Alan!
Alan.
Alan.
Can we
Alan.
assume
Alan,
that
Alan,
telepathic
that's
bond
Dave.
has been...
Dave! I presume you are
Yeah.
just... Yeah, you're in happy downtime. I presume, unless you want some fucking peace and quiet, you are continuing to cast it.
Okay.
So that was Arcana.
Guess what skill I'm rolling?
I'm going to go for Arcana.
Yeah.
I'm going to go... You're doing Religion.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually sure what Polly
What was the other option?
History.
History. Okay. Yeah,
That
I'm
could be
going
Lena
religion.
if she's here.
Lena will have departed, actually.
Ooh.
Departed.
Yeah, she,
Arcana, religion, or
she's
history.
still in
is
the
it?
building. She's just
Yeah.
she's just not with you three.
Okay.
Uh,
On religion.
so you're Arcana.
I think I
I've got a
win.
religion.
Who has
Yes.
proficiency in what? Because I'll just piggyback on somebody else's skill.
I got proficiency in Arcana,
I'll take that then.
and that's it.
I rolled a 21.
21. Okay.
31?
31.
Alright.
Yeah, 26 religion.
A 26 religion. Okay. So
We all know what's going on.
Okay. So I think you would between like put your heads together as a group. Like that mix of Arcana and religion is great. And particularly Kai's Arcana there that is really giving that a massive boost. Whilst it appears like there is a very like organized devil system network, like spying network that is like across the city, like watching you. I think you would all know there is no guarantee which devil any of these imps are interacting with, because certain groups are not interacting with each other, and that would give you a lot of information of there are multiple higher devils
Like
interested,
factions, yeah.
and it is quite possible that they are not sharing information.
Oh, that's
Oh.
cool.
So I think it would be known to you all, not only because you've spent a bit of time with a high devil, an archdevil, but you've also like spent a lot of time in hell and with organised legions now, and obviously done some reading. Guys was obviously very squep on their reading for things like this. You would know that the way they're acting, it doesn't look like they're all working for the same person. It looks like they're all, a lot of them are getting the same information but are divvying it off into separate areas. So there is
That's
more
cool.
than one higher devil that is interested in what's going on and sending legions.
Interesting.
It's good we're not facing one coordinated effort.
I wonder if this is like. I wonder if Kyle already knew this and is like, you know, rendezvousing with a couple of different factions and.
I think this would also give you a bit more information as why have the devils just not automatically overrun the city. They don't work as a unit. They
Yeah.
work as an individual
They're
higher
trying to figure out
devils.
who has dibs.
Yes. There is probably a very political situation going on at this point in time that I will tell you about because you've got 30. 36? 31?
31.
31. The situation that is Pearlmire in Avernus right now is probably a hot topic for the devils because it is probably a massive debate over whose domain that falls into because it's not officially part of Avernus, which means whilst it is physically located in Avernus, it is not part of the domain of Avernus. So who has control over it?
I see.
Right.
And that might then indicate to you a little bit more, and I'm not going to go too deep into this, of who actually is in control of the domain that is preventing access and exit in Pearlmire.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Okay.
I have a question
Yep.
about the kind of creatures that we're about to be fighting because we've encountered enough of the genre that I, when it comes to like blanket generic kind of like resistances and stuff like that, we know that poison is one of them.
Yeah.
Tragically, I should just not write down poison down. Never mind. What was where do they stand with like stuff like necrotic damage?
Yeah.
I don't think you've encountered anything so far that is being resistant to necrotic damage.
Okay, cool. I'm just looking at blight and being like, should I keep that prepared? Cool.
Fire's usually a common resistance as well, if not immunity.
Yeah, I'm not bothering with any of that. Sometimes cold, weirdly. I always think the cold would be like a weakness, but no.
When health is over. Hell's already frozen.
Guys, I'm thinking this is I'm gonna regret it, but I actually think rather than Storm of Wings, which is a 15-foot radius,
Yeah.
I mean maybe that's still one of the back burner, but if I went for Conjure Elemental and got like a Wind Elemental that has like an attack that can push people back, that might be quite good as well. And they're also super beefy. It would just be another thing that could take some hits for us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think having an extra body out there is good against like fewer enemies. Having an area of effect that inhibits a lot like attacks and movement and does damage is useful against lots and lots of little enemies.
Cool, okay.
So without knowing precisely what it is we're going to be fighting,
Yeah.
it's hard to say.
Storm of Wings is quite good. The other thing I was thinking about was like it could move, like an elemental could shoot about a little bit. But as a bonus action, I can make the Storm of Wings change its positioning. So
I think having something that's area denial is useful, whether that's like Gust of Wind or not Gust of Wind.
Control Wind.
Control Wind.
Yeah.
that's really good.
Or Storm of Wings.
Cool. I might prepare it just in case, but that's good to know. I'll start with my Boyds.
Boyds.
And I'll go from there.
Yeah. Other than that, I think after failing to find the cat, but learning about that, Adolin's all set for the day
Okay.
and is ready to settle down for Heroes Feast.
Okay. I'm guessing you communicated a little bit that you were going to have like Heroes Feast as you went to bed or something like that, yeah? Okay, because like Varro is just sort of sat with the knights, not the knights slash the light ravens mostly,
Yeah.
but it's also like spending a bit of time with Belinda.
Oh, okay.
And I think at a few points in time they would have asked to be left out of the telepathic bond
Oh.
to have a bit of a more private chatter.
Ooh.
And Lena also disappears for a length of time.
To go and see Garen. Maybe. You know.
Maybe.
But no, cool. Good for them. Yeah, I think Adolin he goes looking around for a shield. But as long as you can find one of them, then
It's a bit dented, beaten up, but it's a shield.
bit of a long shot to assume there's any +1 shields kicking around.
Oh, I've got a hope in hell.
Don't ask, don't get.
Nice one.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I prepare reincarnate?
You can't ritual cast that?
I know, I don't think so.
Oh, that's
Which
weird.
is weird, yeah. Oh, fuck's sake.
Mhm.
Sorry, it just appeared. Oh, I need to prepare my paladin spells, but that's going to be easier, certainly.
You've got first level paladin spells, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to discuss?
Does anyone remember how I have a free casting of Armor of Agathis? Because I don't.
So a warlock invocation.
I think that might have been attached to the trident.
I think that it was
that
an
makes sense.
invocation.
I don't know my invocations. I had the Eldritch Blast one and the Mage Armor one.
Oh. Well, then maybe it was.
Might have been a trident
Trident.
thingy. Yes,
yeah.
it was.
Yeah, it's a trident thing.
Cool.
I'm just trying
You can
to. I'm
cross
preparing
that,
just a
is it?
bunch of spells now that don't have concentration. 'Cause
Good to have, yeah.
I really like the concept of contagion, but it takes fucking ages to work. You know?
Yeah, it on concept it's great, but
Yeah.
never ever gets to any kind of completion.
You have to hit it, first of all, otherwise you waste it. And then they're just poisoned for a little while, and they have so many potential like capabilities to save and not be poisoned anymore. And then it's like, okay, after so many rounds of that, now they are hurt.
Yeah.
So shan't be cutting.
Hello.
There we
Hello.
go.
Oh. Mhm.
Okay. Does
Okay.
anybody else need anything prep wise?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Eophil will have like switched back to a sort of more human looking form.
That makes sense.
It's quite obvious that she's not quite human. She looks kind of similar to how you all look now, where you all have this like really divine glow about you and this sort of like
There's something charismatic about us, except Adolin. You look so sad, I'm sorry.
it's that sort of majesticness and like commandingness as you walk into rooms now that is everybody's eyes are drawn to you. You're all main characters. But she also has that sort of like otherworldly energy to her that it's just not possible for her to hide, even when she's in this fully like human form.
Very
She
cool.
does look like she should be some kind of like super high paladin or something like that.
We could just say she is.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone is sticking with her, she's going to go off and do her own thing for the next wee while as well.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Getting nervous when our NPCs start going off and doing things.
They have their own lives.
As long as they don't fuck things up for us.
Do you know what's a first level non-concentration spell that's pretty great that I could prepare for tomorrow? Jump.
Yeah, actually.
Like, do you think that would be actually quite good?
Yeah.
Just to like maybe cast on Vero or something, so that he could like if he gets knocked off of Belinda and she doesn't want to go down too far, he can just jump back onto her. It's not so much of an issue. Just low level spells I don't actually use that much, so I would like to find.
I would say no either, because you can jump based on your strength score as well.
Yeah.
Or something was like your jump distance is tripled.
Tripled, yeah. No
Which
worries.
for Adolin with 19 strength at this point,
That's really
and
good.
a bonus action dash to increase his movement for a turn,
Yep.
could probably leap about 40 feet or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or what is it? Like you can long jump.
long jumping or high jumping?
Either. Long jumping is like based on your strength
jumping is
score.
When you
Move
click on your
10
little
feet.
strength thingy, it tells you.
Move 10 feet and then jump a number of feet up to your strength score. When you make a standing long jump, you can only look half that distance. High jump is move 10 feet and then jump a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier.
So 7 feet.
Yeah, and when you do a standing high jump, you can jump only half that distance.
So 21 feet if you do a running jump.
Vertically.
Or 10 if you just stand.
Yeah.
Jump. That's still rad.
Yeah.
Cool.
My new little boxes right now.
Yay!
Pinging around all over the battlefield.
Boing, boing, boing. Yeah, if you like.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you think that Dispel Magic is worthwhile to have prepared, or can I drop it for something else that looks interesting?
I have Dispel Magic,
Okay, I'll drop it.
so we don't both need it.
Thank you. This must be riveting television.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. I think I'm done though. That's good. Good.
It was my hope that we were going to do this in the chat.
Not my fault. My sister got married at a very inopportune time.
You had 2 weeks
I
between
know.
you all. I
That's
gave you
true.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Can we not blame
Don't
her?
look
It's
at us.
easier.
I said, don't look at us.
I'm all tired.
There were so many unreplied to messages from me in the chat. I was like,
Oh, was there? Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
admittedly, there's groups discussions that were just not happening.
it's cool. I'm done. That's me. I'm gonna absolutely kill it. There might be a small couple of times where I'm like, wait, let me just clarify a couple of things, but fingers crossed, this is gonna be fast as fuck.
Okay,
Very
sounds good. Everybody gathers back up
Mm-hmm.
for Heroes Feast.
Yes, which I have not prepared, but like I say,
You don't need to.
got my boon. So I'm just gonna be like, all right, everybody, grabs up. Can we say that, like, because I feel really bad that some of it's magical, it just like appears and stuff like that, and I know that there's not supposed to be leftovers or something, but like, can
there
I
be
give some to
non-magical
other,
leftovers?
I feel bad to be like a massive, incredible, bountiful feast.
I would suggest that if you
Just
feel
make
bad
it
about
small
it,
then.
you do it somewhere that not everybody is going to see.
Okay, right. I was being kind of chill with my good berries, but then if that's the case, then I am going to use all 8 of my leftover spell slots to create 80 good berries.
We have a limit of 50.
Well, I'm not going to use them for us. I'm kind of saying, can I give them to the NPCs?
Which NPCs?
The people
The people,
in
all the small children.
Pearlmire
Okay.
who have no food and are not going to have this lovely feast that I feel bad for.
Okay.
And I will retain some, sure, but
How
like,
many are you retaining?
I don't know how many starving kids do I come into contact with.
I mean, there are hundreds of people in this temple.
I guess 0 then. Damn.
You want to
I'm a real soft touch. Yeah.
give all 80 out to the people of Pearlmire?
Yes, and it's a really awkward conversation to be like, listen, I know that it doesn't look like much, but you're gonna feel full, I promise. This is what I do whilst they're looking for the cat.
Okay.
Is me just being like, no, seriously, just one.
You walk into like the Medi Centre and hand them a crate of good berries and be like, 1 per person.
Yeah,
I swear to God, it'll be great.
it'll be fine. Absolutely. I feel a little bad, but it's fine.
And then, do you want to have the Heroes Feast somewhere a bit quieter?
Yes,
So
for
that
sure,
it's not
for
a bit
sure.
weird? Maybe down back in the library or something?
Yeah, I like it's kind of
Yeah.
become a home base. We
Huh.
reclaimed it.
This is the bit where nobody else goes, so we can do all
Yeah.
the weird shit down here.
Huh.
We do weird shit in the library.
Yes, you do.
No reading.
No, none of you have done any reading in
Mm.
that main library.
That's true. Yeah, I was just thinking about the restricted section, and I was like, even when we were looked down there, Miriam just told us everything.
We read like one book,
Yeah.
and then she tried to kill us.
Yeah.
Then she helped you find the books afterwards.
Yeah.
But that was after the near-death experience. Awesome. So everybody gathers up. Varro just sort of follows you down, and Belinda gets down there eventually. The stairs are hard.
Yes.
I
I think she's a pro by now, surely. She's been up and down a couple of times.
She slides
she
in the
has, but
banister.
she sort of like clip-clops her way down sideways because it's the most stable, and
She's
even then she
looking-
slips a bit.
It's looking good.
Varro helps her out a little bit. Lena reappears and sits with you all. Is that everybody? Clifford, I guess, is getting something.
Yeah, it's with us.
How is he going to eat the hero's feast?
Can he?
Yeah, that occurred to me earlier. I didn't want to ask
Are
it.
you promoting it because it's magical?
I'm going to allow that he can have the benefits of it, but he essentially just shreds a pile of shit in the corner.
And then all of his leftovers.
No. Shredded in a corner.
I make into a lovely casserole. Cool, okay.
Eofield would join you. She's not eating. She's brought her own bowl of soup down, kind of
Very
thing.
good.
Water soup.
It's getting very watery. Yes.
Honestly, I'm surprised they still have water at this point.
Yeah, it's getting a big concern. Their stores are getting quite low to the point where they're
Where is
not
this
actually
coming from?
giving people glasses
Create
of water
water.
anymore.
But again, they're not casting
They
right.
don't have
Yeah.
that kind of capability anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the system for a bit, and then they started to run out of spell slots.
They're filtering everyone's pee.
That's what I think.
Gross.
Truly.
And now it's soup.
Have pea soup.
Negative inspiration. No.
Disadvantage to the first enemy that attacks us.
That's perfect, yeah. That was really good, Alex.
What do we get from Hero's Feast?
Okay, right. So first off, you get 2d10 hit points added to your maximum. I don't know if I roll that once for everyone or everybody rolls it separate.
You roll it once for everyone.
Oh boy, that's a lot of pressure.
Yep.
Make it count.
Don't roll two once
Why would you say that, Alex?
because I'm evil.
Alex. Okay.
So you've gathered up the 2 extra mages as well as your 3 assigned mages.
Yeah, I guess.
What are their names?
Dunno. If I'm honest. I would have to go and create some names for all individually.
What names have we not had?
Charlie,
It's not bad. 13.
Greta,
Maximilian.
Maximilian.
That's a great name. So
That was
13
our max.
13 added to your max, and also you gain those hit points. So you're up there.
So you can heal those up
Yeah.
again. That is your new maximum
For the next
tomorrow.
24 hours.
I'm gonna write a 13 in there.
So
And then
you're also cured of all diseases and poison. Maybe I just all poison you all for fun, so you can feel the benefits. You become immune to poison and being frightened.
Ooh,
And
yes.
you make all wisdom saves with advantage,
Great.
which is quite good. Cool. I wish it was con saves. That would be cool. Actually, no, because they're not making con saves, are they? You said that
The mages, no.
the mages, yeah. So that's fine. Cool. Okay.
I forgot what name. Greta, Maximilian. What was the other one you said?
Charlie.
Charlie. Lucinda,
Whoops.
and
Danielle.
Danielle.
I'm not going to remember any of those.
I had a question about the Cup of the Cosmos ability of pausing time.
Mm-hmm.
If I was concentrating on a spell,
Yeah.
Is that the answer? Sorry, sometimes I interject and I know the answer to the question already, so I wasn't sure if that was what was happening.
No.
If I was concentrating on a spell and then 2 more turns happened for me, do 2 rounds of concentration pass, or is the spell paused for the duration of the time that time is paused?
What?
I believe it follows the same rules as time stop, where concentration pauses.
Concentration pause.
So the timer on the concentration kind of pauses.
Oh.
If you do anything to disrupt your own concentration, you will have to roll concentration checks. But
Okay.
as long as you're not,
So,
Yeah.
I was just curious about like, oh, well, what if it felt to me like a minute had passed and like the storm of wings went down, but actually but they didn't do like any damage for 2 rounds because nothing else happened because nobody else moved. So you're saying
it
that
acts in
like,
the global time, not your time.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. Follow up question: if somebody has cast haste on me, I pause time.
Yeah.
Is haste still happening,
Ooh.
or is haste paused?
Yeah. As in, do you get that extra haste
Do you get
action
extra haste?
every pause, every time stop turn?
Again,
I would say you still get
I think you still get it. I think it works in global time, not in private time.
It's on the work clock, not on your personal time.
Okay, cool. Right. I don't know if I'm needing it. I'm kind of hoping not, but like,
External clock, not internal.
but it's
clock.
worth.
Yeah.
It was just I thought worth knowing. Absolutely, cool.
How's hard one? Because it's affecting the things in the... No, I think that's the correct way to do it. That it would not, essentially the timer's not ticking on them, so you still get access to them.
Okay, cool. Right.
If there's anything that's like, I'm trying to think what would be a good example. Once per turn, you can make something that you're concentrating on, like go and do something to somebody else. I think you could probably only do that once in the time stop. You couldn't do that for every single turn you got in the time stop.
I don't think I know what you mean by that.
Say it again.
Can you give me an example of a thing that you would be doing?
I don't think I have an example.
Can you say your sentence again?
If you had something that was affecting something out with your personal time stop thing, which is anything other than yourself, I believe, that says like once per turn you can do this, you would only get that once within the full time stop, not every turn that you're getting within the time stop.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I
It
think
sort of works like in like a delayed respect. I guess.
So like if you cast Crown of Madness on someone and then you're in a time stop, they would only have 1 turn where the spell would be affected,
Yes.
rather than the 60 turns or whatever while you're in the time stop.
Yeah, so Storm of Wings isn't like active and then being like technically they're taking
It's not.
damage
It's
all
not
these
going
times.
fast
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
It.
Uh-huh,
Just because
yeah.
you took 6 turns doesn't mean they take 6 turns
Yeah,
of damage,
uh-huh.
etc.
Cool. That's
Does that
good
make
to know.
sense?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think I understand. I might have follow-up questions because again, comprehension is not my strong suit. It is a very short kind of descriptor for something that is an incredibly powerful like feature. So I don't want to fuck it up. Comprehension
Comprehension is not your strong suit.
I have a friend that won't play Munchkin with me anymore because it takes me too long to understand what the cards say.
Oh my god! You wonder why we have problems with you taking so long in combat.
Anyway,
It's just how I am, folks. Yeah, you gotta suck it up, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
it's been like an hour. Shall we do something?
Okay. We've had our hero's feast.
Yes.
We're now long resting, correct?
Yes.
Are we're long resting just in our usual spot upstairs? The Night Ravens?
Yeah, I guess so.
For the sake of efficiency, we don't need to roleplay it, but can I go to the medical bit and be like, here's all the spell slots I have left, use them up before I go to sleep
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
Cool, I do that.
That's fine.
You're such good Samaritans. We could be saints by the end of this.
There's a lot of praise and thanks for that. And I think it would all be quite noticeable for you now that like it's been about 8 hours since everything that happened that morning and stuff like that. Everyone is looking a lot better. Like all the citizens upstairs and things like that were like quite tired, pale, thin, that kind of thing. They actually are starting to look significantly better, and there's almost a sort of not joy, but like
Hope.
More optimism.
yeah, there's a bit more hope, optimism. Kids are playing and stuff like that in corners and things like that. Clifford, because nobody needs him, he goes and plays fetch for a while with some of the kids and stuff like that. there's a little bit more like joy, but like physically the people of Pearlmire look healthier.
Because the angels aren't doing their weird spell anymore? Possibly.
Possibly because there's a
You
god
could
in our
roll me
midst.
a religion check if you wanted.
I can try.
I regain all the charges on my staff.
I have
It's
proficiency,
not
you can have
awful.
advantage.
Oh, thank you.
Direct bonds.
Ooh.
21.
Do you want to as well? Do you want to as well?
Yeah, sure. I would like to. Sorry, I was
Thank you.
distracted.
52.
Boo!
I rolled an 18.
That was pretty good.
Never mind.
Polly is distracted by something. So I think with a 21 and a 22, you would know that like being in hell physically is quite taxing on a material plane body.
That
Like,
makes sense.
Like
Yeah.
you're not built
Makes
for
sense.
this. This is not good.
Mhm.
Particularly surrounded by quite so many devils that are interested in everybody's fucking soul. Like that is quite exhausting as like just sort of like an what's the right term? Soul effect of like it's draining on them to have like these creatures so close that are so actively after their souls. There seems to be, I don't think with a 21 or 22 you'd be able to like absolutely nail down what the hell is happening, but I think you get a general idea that like something has changed in the last wee while, and it's not a massive leap to go from that to Eofil is suddenly here.
Yes.
And she's not having the same effect as whatever, because you know Joris and that were downstairs. They were not far away. But they were not having this kind of effect. I don't think you know whether or not that's by choice without like actively speaking to Eofil or anything like that, or whether it's like just part of like her natural being that she's having this effect.
Cool.
Polly's convinced it's us.
That's fair.
We're doing this.
You're like, I'm so good.
Single-handedly restoring the morale of the entire
Good
city.
berries, man. They're the
Good
shit.
berries.
They're the best.
They really are.
They're so good.
They should be called great berries.
Great berries. The greatest of berries. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So we all settle down for sleeps?
Bedtime.
Yep. Okay. I think you would notice just sort of actively that Clifford has bedded down with some of the kids. He's like sleeping in a puddle with all the children. He gets a bit like whiny and confused and like paces backwards and forwards between them and you, just to like check on you and the cup every so often.
Aww.
But he does spend most of the time like puddled with the children.
That's fine.
Varro is actually sleeping outside in the main area with Belinda because Belinda doesn't come into
They're
that bit.
bonding!
And spending a bit of time with her. And Lena vanishes again once you go
Oh
for sleeps.
my. Adolin, I'm so sorry you spent so much of today looking for a shield. I do have a spare one.
Probably significantly better nick than the one you found
I
downstairs
forgot.
as well.
Cool.
So if you want this one instead, it's cute. I painted it. It's got flowers on it.
Yeah, I'll take that one. That sounds
Cute.
good. Thank you.
Sushi.
I'll take the flowery shield.
We take the flower shield.
And I take the flowery shield.
Awesome. Okay. So long sleep, long rest happens.
Yep.
And you awake in the morning to what is essentially like the largest hubbub and like activity you've seen in the temple like since coming back. Like the initial like rush of knights like in and out as you landed in Avernus was one thing. This is that on a slightly smaller scale, and you get the impression that it's the smaller scale because there's less of the knights left.
Oh dear.
Etc.
God.
Like they have mobilised everybody for this mission that they can.
All 12 of them.
You can see that there are significant numbers like getting tooled up and ready to like head out into the city, whereas there are more sort of individuals that are quite clearly like not heavily armoured individuals, as well as like members of just the townsfolk or city folk of Pearlmire that are getting handed like makeshift weapons, etc., that are obviously getting put on guard for the temple. So they will be staying back to help guard the temple, essentially, because they are sending basically everyone they have out on these missions to try and ensure the success of them. but there is a massive like hubbub of activity as all of these knights are getting called in, getting tooled up, getting assigned commanders, getting assigned to one of the strike squads, which is not one of you, essentially, not your strike squad, and getting like organised and ready to head out. You can see like the light ravens are like in the middle of this. They are actively going to be staying behind to like really bolster the efforts to protect the temple, because essentially they're not built for like
Fighting?
yeah, sort of like they're built for stealth and like stuff like that. So they're intending on setting up lots of traps and stuff like that to try and help protect the temple. But that's where they would be strongest. They would not be massively helpful in open ground fighting in the city.
Right.
Because one of the things that the other two groups, strike groups, have a disadvantage at, not compared to yourselves, is they can't move stealthily through the city. They have to march. They're going to be big targets.
Oh boy.
Why do they have to march?
The sheer number of them.
Oh, okay.
It's just, it can't be subtle, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to move like several hundred troops through a city.
Why are
subtly.
several hundred going
They
to the
need
other
them.
two, and then there's like 6 of us?
They really trust us.
They A, trust you, and B, they ain't got anybody else. And so far, you have proved to be more competent than the entirety of the Knights of Ash in fixing this
How
problem.
embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
They are struggling. They are
They need
really
to up
struggling.
their training.
Have they considered hiring adventurers?
Yeah.
That's it.
They-
They are doing that. They're
That's what
hiring-
we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
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 They consider.
I don't think we're being paid.
No, you are
Yeah.
not
Mm.
getting paid.
It's fine. We are going to become the right hand men of a god soon. It's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking earlier, it's kind of funny. I think this is the most money I've ever had in a campaign, and there's nothing to buy.
Can we have like a post credits session where it's just a spending spree?
You just go and get like boozy brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go back to the
berries and-
mimosa
yeah.
place.
Yes.
We finally
Yes.
invite Adolin.
Bring everybody and have like a lovely big boozy brunch.
That's so. You know what? This is a testament to how like it was foreshadowed that Joris was evil from the start, because he was the one who prevented you from having boozy brunch. It was because of him.
That's why he's evil.
It was because of him. You went to go see him instead of hanging with us.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't think that's foreshadowing.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay. Sure.
So yeah, you can see that there is like a massive hubbub of activity
Mm.
as everybody is getting ready. You can see like Gregwin in like his full like armoured plate kind of thing. He has got his steed with him as well. that you can-
Inside.
essentially, yeah, they are starting
Alright.
to tool up either inside or in the
Incredible.
courtyards. Some of the knights still have access to their steeds and still have the capability of summoning their steeds.
If
Mm.
his one has armor,
Mm-hmm.
would they have armor that Belinda could wear? Can she
Um,
wear armor?
It is possible they might have barding for Belinda. Yes,
Mm.
it's it's called barding when it's like an animal
Yes.
kind of thing. Because you've got barding for Clifford.
It's
He's
also what
wearing-
you do.
So we do. It is.
You had it modelled as a raincoat, I believe, a little yellow
Yep.
raincoat,
Yeah.
and
So
maybe
cute.
booties. I don't know if we went that far, but
Oh, for sure, booties.
but yeah, they could check their stores. It would have had to be something that was made before
Yeah.
the jump, because anything that was lost in Avernus is lost. So there's probably a hell of a lot of barding kicking about randomly in Avernus, but that's not the most accessible, as mounts have fallen in fights and scouting missions and things like that. But you could try and ask like one of the sergeants or something like that to go dig through the
Yeah.
stores.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Belinda's armor class at Pegasus is just 10 plus dexterity, so any armor at all would be an improvement.
Yes.
Any armor at all.
Any armor at all. She's only got plus 2 dex, so medium armor could work.
Okay. Would somebody like to roll me an investigation check then?
Who's got the best? I've got proficiency, but I'm not the smartest.
I have
I think you might be the
plus
smartest.
4
Oh, you are the smartest. My apologies.
Mm.
Wait, to intelligence or to?
to investigation, because I have the jack of all trades.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you should roll it with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah. Adelin's helping you like sift
Okay.
through the.
18.
Okay, I think with an 18, you might actually be able to find some pretty good stuff.
Yay!
I think I would give you a choice of half plate
Jesus Christ.
or studded leather.
We're stealthing there, and with the +10, I still think the half plate might be a bit chancy. So maybe this is leather.
What does studded? That's
So
12?
12 plus your dex.
that would be 14 on Belinda. Half plate would be 17, but disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah, we've got the +10.
Hmm?
We've got the +10.
We do have the plus
but,
10.
But even then, I would be a little nervous about that.
Mm-hmm. Half plate on a horse would look so majestic.
It would
She
look,
would look
a
very
bit like that.
majestic.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's not massively stealthy. Admittedly, like Gregwin is tooling up for a march, so he does not care about his stealthiness. He does not care that his griffin is quite a large target.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go studded leather if
Yeah.
we're trying to prioritise stealth.
And that
Yeah.
would give her 14?
14. 14 AC, yeah.
How much does that bump her AC up by?
That's
12 to 14.
12 to 14? Cool.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Swapping out a couple of my
I do have a little
palettes.
octagon.
Wall of stone. I was
Oh.
doodling ideas. 10-foot panels. I was like, oh, go that way.
Yeah.
That gives you 8, and then you've got 2 more panels that you could like put on as like awnings.
Yeah,
or
like
roofs or
it says
something.
you could do like crenellations and like
Ooh.
and little kind of like what are they called?
Does poly
Arrow
architecture
slits
now?
and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
No, for real, it says in the spell like you were able to do that. Like
That's awesome.
yeah.
Like I'd sit in there with a crossbow and like 3/4 cover, just like cleaking
Yeah.
out through the arrows.
For real, like that is a thing that we could do if you like and like you could even like easily drop down and have that
Mm.
and then just fly out again if you needed to.
Yeah.
Like yeah, so we could put in some arrow slits.
That sounds cool.
Easy.
Mm.
Because that gives you like really good cover, but also I think is one of the few ways that you actually can still get do like a full ass attack.
Yeah, I could just shoot out through the
Yeah.
slit.
mhm. And then step to the side
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and get full cover. I'm going to unprepare.
While we're getting ready, I'm going to drag my studded armour out of the bottom of my pack that I've not used for this entire adventure.
You're like, no.
It's in here somewhere.
Somebody starts like catching all the stuff and it's like, what the hell is going on?
Mm.
Awesome.
Have you just not been wearing armor this entire time?
I had mage armour, but that was a warlock spell, it's not a bard spell.
Ah.
So the armour's coming out.
Back to studded leather.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay, I've already cast my 5th level spell into the ring, so Lena's got that.
Mhm.
I like Adolin
she
and me
will
show her the
rejoice in the
sketches
morning,
with the
yeah.
crenellations and arrow slits, and we're like, so make it like this. So she's like,
She's studying.
Yeah, she turns up.
Smart.
she's a smart lady, yeah.
Turns up in the morning, is like immediately handed this like study and is like, okay.
She's the smartest person here. She can work it out.
she'll be alright.
I guess there's more like a shift where she's been like a politician for God knows how long. To
Read
suddenly-
these blueprints.
and come march to war with us. And it's like, all right.
Is this what you had in
She
mind
could
when you
say
left your
no.
husband?
To be clear, she has always had the option of saying no.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she never has.
Yeah.
So this is on her. What can I say? Should I prepare Goodberry today or swap it out for something else? I thought I had, but it's still there.
I would say swap it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last little adjustment, but that's me.
Okay.
How
Cool.
far a walk?
What?
Are your teeth?
No, I just went.
Oh, okay.
How far a walk is it to the edge? Like
Moving stealthily.
that'll take twice as long, but just
Sneaky,
like
sneaky.
I've been to Pearlmire before. I know how far long it takes to walk to the kind of the edge of it. Just that, but doubled and then some.
Yeah.
How long?
If you're moving stealthily, I think it might take you an hour.
Okay.
Maybe just under.
So I won't bring Bigby with us the whole way.
It's not very stealthy, is
Exactly.
it?
Yeah, Adolin would be able to like navigate the shortest route
Mhm.
or like sneakiest route.
Yeah.
To the place.
And Kai could assist you with that with their new abilities.
Yeah.
One thing that you can add to Lena's stat block as well, you can reset her Constitution score to 19.
What had it? Why was it dropped?
It wasn't re-dropped.
I'm
So
sorry.
why is it being reset?
Maybe set is the better word.
Oh, okay.
So Lena's now the regular mage stat block with 19 con.
Yes.
Fucking hell, good for her.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, right, this walling coming down.
It's permanent.
It will be after 10 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. If she can concentrate on it
Oh,
the
10
entire
minutes.
time.
I think you'll be fine after 10 minutes.
We kill all the demons and then we're like, well, we've got another 9 minutes. I guess we'll just
Keep
stand
thinking about
here.
the wall, I like it. I want it to stay.
Just keep it, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
They could build a monument to us on top of it. This is
Yes,
what I
they
mean about
technically
probably
could.
being very big-headed.
So her constitution goes from 11 to 19.
Incredible. Okay,
Okay.
so
I can tell you what her new health would be.
It would go up by 32 to 72, right?
what?
Her hit
That's
dice.
incredible.
Her hit dice are 98.
Why is that not updated?
Plus 13.
What?
So no,
The
is it
Hero's
not?
Feast.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Hero's Feast. So, yeah, her hit die are 98 to begin with.
Mm.
This would give her an additional 4 hit points per hit dice, which is an additional 32,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is 72,
Yeah.
Yeah.
plus 13,
Plus 13.
85.
85 hit points. Good for her.
Good mental maths.
I was cheating and using a stat block builder,
Ah.
which I then used wrong. And didn't get it right. Yeah, 76. Plus the 13 would put her on 89.
Thank you very much.
Should I cast?
So that's something that you know mechanically as players, but do not know about as characters.
Okay.
Cool.
That she suddenly got very, very
What did she get buff from?
constitutional.
You don't know?
Right.
What did Garen do?
I mean.
Garen did something.
Oh.
Amulet of Health.
No, ceremony was my first thought.
They just got a sneaky wee
I
wedding.
don't remember what all the traits are, but Amulet of Health makes more sense, to be honest.
It would be
But
very funny
ceremony,
if
it was there.
ceremony.
Ceremony.
They
If her
got
armor class
married.
mysteriously increases
They
by
buried
2.
the hatchet
She got
and
married.
got hitched.
You got to stay next to your spouse though to get the benefit
Oh,
of it.
that's true.
Yeah.
Let's
Is
see.
Darren coming with us?
She ran
No,
away with
he's
one of the
not coming.
mages.
No, he is like part of the tasked as part of the defense of William. William, yes,
Matthews.
yes.
Band.
The not Dave Matthews Band. Yes.
No,
Yes.
Dave Matthews Band.
Okay, so we're going to be setting out into the city.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, who's casting Pass Without Trace?
I can do it. Should we save it?
I don't mind. I'm happy to do it because it's quite low level. What's it, second level?
Second.
Yeah.
Go, Polly, go.
Cool.
So I would like stealth checks from everybody, please.
So this is a plus 10? Yes?
Additional plus 10
Yes.
from Pass Without Trace.
Indeed.
And
Over here so I can see.
is anybody rolling with advantage?
No, I don't think anybody can. Unless
No,
they've
because
got
this is
like
a
other
physical
feats and
thing,
stuff like
not
that.
a mental thing.
That's right.
Yeah. Nobody's got like sneaky boots or
I'm
anything.
saying.
do they?
I think somebody
I
does
do have
have
sneaky boots.
You have sneaky boots.
But I also have half plate, so they
it
cancel
cancels
out.
out. If Belinda had sneaky boots, would she have to wear 2 pairs? Just out of curiosity.
Love it.
I'll think about it.
Thank you.
Continuing the trend of being shit at stealth. What do you mean the bard isn't quiet?
I also need it for all the NPCs that you're taking.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
Yeah.
Are we
Don't-
dibsing employees, like, or are we just going to collaboratively like
there's-
take turns with them?
What?
I don't know what I said.
Just
it made
employees
I
was in
know.
there.
I was thinking NPCs and the word employees came out. of my
They
head.
rhyme.
They do.
We can do.
'Cause you have
We can control one each and then crowdsource what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking.
you have 4 NPCs. With
Yeah, we got
Mm.
Belinda, we
Yeah.
got Clifford, we got Barrow, and we
Yeah.
got Lena.
Belinda's pretty easy though.
Mm-hmm.
Shall
Oh,
we
Velina.
decide once we roll initiative, so that you
Okay.
don't have to do like 2 turns in a row?
That makes sense.
Unless you want to do 2 turns in a row.
I don't know, that seems harder.
Okay, cool.
You want like a break so you can like plan your turn,
think.
plan their turn.
Okay.
and-
Can I respectfully ask for Clifford because
Okay.
he's easy.
That's right.
Do you want to roll for Clifford?
Okay.
Who did
Okay.
you just do? Lena?
Lena.
I'll do... who's
Varro.
left? I'll do
Varro.
Varro. What's he got?
Varro is a knight. Does Varro wake up with any mysterious buffs in the morning?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay.
7 plus something.
As a knight, he has...
Somebody else want to roll for Lena?
what armor is he wearing again?
Belinda.
What does it say on his?
Plate.
Then it'll be plate.
Okay. In which case he'd probably have disadvantage as well then, wouldn't he? Plate's heavy.
Yes, plate should be
Did you
disadvantage.
not one? Okay. If Varro,
Somebody roll for anyone else.
if Varro,
I'll stop.
I was thinking Varro would ride Belinda, so would that like affect his stealth checks at all?
It's fine.
Can he stay on the horse and not walk at all ever?
Doesn't mean he's quiet, but you know, okay. Yeah,
He
can I
yawns
get
really loudly.
Can I get the stealth checks
So-
in, please?
So what's his modifier?
0.
Oh, 0.
He's got no
plus
dex.
10.
Cool.
So plus 10.
So Varro got 11.
Okay. Kai.
Kai got 18.
18.
Adolin got 27. And Lena got 31.
31.
Oh, good.
Okay. Clifford got 30 and Polly also got 31.
Okay, so
Yeah.
a 31, a
Belinda?
30, a 27,
31 for Lena.
31, an 18, and an 11.
And Belinda?
And the Belinda, yeah, who's rolling for Belinda?
Anyone else?
Yeah, you're good.
Belinda gets plus 12, 27 as well.
A 27. Okay, so we have an overall group success. We do have a natural 1 in
Yay!
the mix, but we have a group success. So what I will say is that it's going to take a bit more time.
Okay.
So bearing in mind, I'm also just hand waving the mages at this point. I haven't asked you to roll for them
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything like that.
They're sneaky, I'm sure.
They're all wearing soft
They're
shoes. and-
academics.
They're
They are not
so
sneaky.
They're
Wearing
just so
armour.
tiny.
One of them tries to bring like a hot pot of coffee with him.
As he should.
Chug it right now. I just imagine casting a ritual with one hand and sipping it out of a thermos in the other one.
Come on.
He downs it before the ritual and gets caffeine shakes.
Oh no. Not the
That's
shade.
worse.
We'll do the ritual first.
I do think that having hundreds of other people marching in the opposite direction is going to
That's
help
a
us
good
little
point.
bit.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
counting
God,
on.
the giant pigeon's back.
No.
He's an ally. I summoned him to our aid.
So what I'm going to say is it's going to take you longer because essentially
Okay.
at some point Varro I don't know what I want to say. I think
Falls
maybe
in the
drops
saddle.
his shield or something and it clangs across the cobblestones, and it sort of breaks that mysticism that Pass Without a Trace gives you that sort of makes you invisible to everything, basically. And I think you hear that a squadron of devils starts to come and investigate what that noise is. So you duck into a building. And you spend a bit of time in this building part way. So it's delayed you significantly.
Okay.
Not
ideal,
but doesn't start a fight. Unless you'd rather start the fight.
No.
I mean, yeah.
I'd rather be late than dead.
Well, I was thinking that if we're late, then
I'd rather be late than late.
the recon, all the reconnaissance that Adolin just heard about is going to pass along the message that there's fights in 2 other positions, and probably people will be drawn there. So it would work in our favour, but it would mean that they're more likely to get absolutely fucked up if we start later on. We'll just play it by ear. It's fine.
I think at
We
this
hide
point
in the house.
you hide in the warehouse for a chunk of time, tucked in. Belinda's not putting in the house. But yeah, at this point in time, unless you have the ability to book it across town to the other places, I'm not sure there's anything that you can do in favour
Yeah.
of them. Not unless you start making deals with devils and stuff like
Well.
that. We can always consider it. Okay, so we are heading towards our targets stealthily, slowly, a lot slower than anticipated, which is a shame. Varro is very apologetic, quietly, all across the telepathic bond. which I presume is up.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
to recast it like halfway through, or like like when we duck into a building, I'm just like, while we're here, I'll
I'll
do it again.
Okay, I would say that this might be a good point for any like spells that you want for like needed you couldn't cast immediately. So if you wanted Big B and stuff like that,
Yeah, I'll bring him into the fold.
Mm-hmm. Would you say we're
maybe half an hour away.
okay? About halfway there. Cool. I think if we can have like a round or two at least before when we arrive to.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. We can't guarantee it, but if we're stealthy enough, I think it'll be alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to do Crown of Stars, but maybe when we're closer.
Mm-hmm.
How long does that last?
It lasts for an hour, but just, I don't know. Casting it half an hour before we need it when it only lasts an hour seems silly.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing with Big B, but
Is Big B the biggest
Big
boss?
B's
if that
not
fucks
using
up?
it up my highest level spell slot.
shit. Okay, very fair.
Yeah.
Christ,
Okay.
that's awesome.
I think we do something similar when we get there. We duck into a building, we scope the place out,
Yeah.
spend a couple of rounds to buff ourselves, and then it's charge out,
Mm-hmm.
So-
put the mages in place, and
Continuing.
yes.
Continuing. Okay, cool. So we continue towards the target. I'm going to say that once you get to like where you know you're only like a few minutes out, the buildings here like they are like redirecting a lot of the sound because you've got like 2-3 story buildings that, whilst they're starting to get demolished by the general being in Avernus getting hit by meteorites, the sheer number volume of whatever the hell's coming in through the city kind of thing, they are like crumbling and degrading. However, they still like block a lot of the sound until you're significantly closer. But as we get to that point, can I get perception checks from folk, please?
Certainly. And I think everybody has advantage on this.
Oh, good.
One.
I have it because of double 15s. I have it because of the Sentinel
Word.
shield, but then I think proficiency. At least one person has got it.
I have proficiency in it.
Perception, not one of the physical skills. Or am I missing?
No, perception's
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Is it wisdom?
Yeah.
Yeah, Belinda has it, so.
Yeah.
So,
I remember there was 2 people, so everybody got it.
19. You were doing so well earlier. What happened?
Oh.
I also got 19.
14 for Adolin. Shit for Lena.
Oh, where did you get Barrow's stats from?
It's in the chat. It's a little bit into the
Is it?
chat.
Our chat is so active. I just went to the images and I scrolled until I found it.
Yeah.
Ah.
What am I looking for?
A stat block.
That's the one. Or no, that's Clifford. Yeah, that's her.
Yourself?
Did I not say it out loud? I said I also got 19.
19? Okay. And what? You're looking after
Oh, I
Clifford?
forgot I was looking after Clifford. My apologies.
Does somebody else have proficiency or is it just Belinda?
No,
That's
it's
I also do.
it's high. Yeah.
Everybody gets advantage.
Cool.
God.
Barrow got 13.
13, okay.
Belinda gets 14.
14.
21 for
Oh,
Clifford.
goodness.
Okay, did anybody get higher than 20 except Clifford? We've got Clifford at 21. Anybody else?
We both got 19.
19, okay. 19, okay. I think with a 21 and a 19, as you get close to the edge of the city where you know that your target is, you can hear this like hubbub of activity.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite obvious that there's a lot of happenings. You can like see like creatures occasionally like dipping up, pulling up over the horizon line of the buildings and things like that. So like there's obviously like flying creatures kicking about here, and you can hear like snarls and like clashing of weapons. There is
Ooh.
obviously like an active fight happening.
Ooh, they're fighting
in front
each
of you.
other as well, perhaps.
Handy.
Mm.
Because we did say there was maybe a turf war happening.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Intriguing.
Can we tell if it's the devils fighting the demons or devils fighting each other or a free for all?
I don't know, there's a lot of weird noises going on. I think like it's quite clear to you that there's obviously something with weapons because there's like clanging of metal occasionally and stuff like that. But there's also quite bestial roars and like snarls and like more guttural noises and things like that. Like high pitched screams as well.
I think we try and find a building that's overlooking the space that we know if we think we know where the chain is, we can sneak in the back of a building adjacent to it.
Just go upstairs and have a look.
Peek out the window, yeah.
I think you'd find one maybe like a fair bit back from there. That's like obviously not within the circle of what's happening with the fight. Maybe like retreating a little bit from where you start to hear the noises, and then like heading up to like a 3-story building that's that you can see should look over, and like heading up into that building. I think Belinda gets stuck on the ground floor kind of thing, but heading up into that sort of like top area and looking down, you can quite clearly see this like massive like what almost looks like iron. It's this weird like glittering bluish metal that is like hooked up over the edge of the like cliff face that's the city that's been like plucked up out of the material plane and like slammed down through the outer walls. The outer wall of the city is just crumbled at this point. It's not really there and embedded down into like this chain is massive. It is like shook the area. There's like quite a bit of rubble and rough terrain around where it's anchored itself in, as well as like a lot of the buildings here look like partially demolished. The wall looks like it's in quite bad disarray. Focusing more on what is like creatures that is physically there, you can see that like there is like quite obviously a well-organized legion of devils there that is protecting this chain, as like swarms of these like disgusting looking creatures are like crawling up over the chain and then are just sort of like descending towards it. That it's so unorganized. It's such a weird like juxtaposition looking at this of like the devils in legions fighting, reforming, resettling, and then like going back in kind of thing. It's very organized.
Wow.
Can I get perception checks from everybody as well?
Is that not what I just did?
Yes.
Do you want new ones?
I would like new ones, please.
Okay.
Yes, I was looking for audio ones before.
Thank you for clarifying.
And so I'm now looking for visual ones. As we're looking down and like assessing the battlefield in front of us. Bearing in mind Belinda cannot see without flying up. But yes, you can quite clearly see this, like the devils, whilst are getting quite annoyed by the demons, they seem to be doing fairly okay in their push. They don't appear to be like getting utterly hammered by this wave after wave of demons. Can I get a perception check roll? Results, please.
19 for me and
19.
15 for Clifford.
15.
16 for me and 9 for Lena.
9 for Varro and 29 for Kai.
Yes!
Okay.
Let's go!
Better roll.
Okay, I think a 29.
You think?
I got an 8 for listening and 18 for seeing.
That's better.
Your eyes are better than your ears.
Yes.
I think a 29 would like give you the clear view of like what's going on, Kai, and I'm not actually sure where you'd like be able to draw this information. Yes, what do your half-elf eyes see? But like where you draw in this information from of like there's quite clearly like commanders on the devil's side that are organizing the legions, sending out orders. There's 3 flying creatures to one side that are quite clearly like assessing the battlefield and sending devils in as and when is needed. It is very well organized from their side of things. The demons are just sort of wave after wave after wave. However, with a 29, I will tell you, there is like significantly more demon activity that is tucked behind the wall on the outer edge. You can see that there are like creatures poking their head round and like assessing the battlefield and pulling back. And I think with a 29 you'd be able to see that there appears to be some larger demons like gathering on the far side of the wall.
Oh my gosh.
But they're not doing anything at the moment.
Right.
They're just sending the wave of these like disgusting little creatures in that are obviously annoying and keeping the devils busy, but not massively achieving anything.
Right.
Do the demons look like they're trying to get to the chain?
The
Or are they
demons
just
that you
pouring
can
into the city?
currently see just appear to be they They get up off the chain and then immediately head towards whatever they see that is closest. It is
Right.
very...
So they're using it as like a point of access.
Yes, I think particularly with the 29 and like some of the previous roles we've had with religion and arcana and things like that, I think you would quite easily see these demons that are like actively walking forwards into the devil masses. They have virtually no intelligence. They have no clue. They're not like taking orders. They are just being pointed at the devil legions and waved. There's nothing there that would suggest that they're making tactical decisions.
Okay.
They're not like taking advantage of cover or anything like that. They are just like attritioning their way forwards or attempting to.
Okay.
Okay. Can we see where the chain's anchored
Yes.
to the ground?
Yeah, the devils definitely control that area at the moment. Sorry, somebody did ask whether or not the demons appear to be interested in the chain at all. They appear not to be like focused on it at all. They just immediately walk towards the nearest devil and attempt to attack it. There's nothing that suggests they're trying to like pull on the chain or like eat it or anything like that. They are just immediately walking towards the devils. They are not getting to the anchor point, so there may be something that they might do something if they got there. None of them are making that far. They're annoying the devils, but they're not like massively taking many of them out or anything like that. And the few devils that are getting hurt in the process are just getting like rotated back, dealt with, and then rotated back into the fight. The devils are very much in control here.
Okay. So we need to get our mages safely to the end of the anchor chain, and that probably means clearing some of the devils out.
Yeah, I kind of like, I figured that there might be like some stuff about, I didn't realise it would be like, oh, there's two factions that are already beefing and we're going to get in the middle of it. It is literally this.
Yeah.
It's just those two guys going
There
at
is
each
an
other.
active fight that is happening here.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear to be like coming too much from the demon side. They are just like throwing waves of these creatures at them that are like really disgusting, like pustule type creatures.
It's also like they're oriented facing away from us, and it's only idiots that are pointed toward us. So that might actually work out a little in our favour.
Yeah.
Until we have to get right on them, which is when things get a little bit difficult.
Technically, all of the devils' focus is towards this chain. None of them are looking in your direction. None of the commanders appear to be trying. Like, there doesn't appear to be any kind of rear guard.
Kind of like surprise round isn't really a thing, and they're already kind of like attentive in a combative sense. So I don't know if would that be something that would be like.
They would still be acting. I might give you advantage if you're like unseen by them effectively, if you manage to stealth your way up, kind of thing.
I was thinking
But
of a spell.
not like a full like surprise round. No.
I was thinking.
However, I will suggest that because they are like in full combat and things like that, things that would normally break stealth, like quietly whispering a spell and stuff like that, is probably massively going to be lost in what the hell is happening here.
So that's fine. We don't need to worry about that too much.
The closer you get, the more you need to be worried about making a massive amount of noise and or a visual effect. Anything that would like brightly flash, a loud boom, etc., etc., that would draw their attention backwards.
Okay.
So it gives you a significant amount of audio stealth, just because there is an active battle going on. There is clashes of weapons. There is like active your orders being yelled out in infernal and things like that.
Okay.
You described a wall. So Pearlmire's wall is still up, still intact.
There's a massive hole in it where this chain is like thumped all the way through it.
Right.
But
annoying.
like it's like most of the wall of Pearlmire is kind of intact. There's holes in it. There's massive holes in it now. But and like some of the gates are being ripped down and stuff.
Damn, I was hoping
You
we
would
could
know
shove
that,
some
like,
people out of it. but
You feel like when her her soul was trying to enter the city, she had to like find a hole and then make her way through. So you would know that, like, looking at this, you would guess that like each of the chain scenarios is roughly like this. That a chain has like whipped down into the city and crushed the wall beneath it at this point.
I see.
Okay. I could lay down spike growth actually. It's got 150 foot range. And if their attention is all pointed elsewhere, there is a
They
line
might
of
just
bound.
think that
Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a perception check against your spell save DC to recognise the terrain as hazardous before entering it. And if nobody's looking at it, And then they see us, they'll just turn around and charge, and they just go through the spikes.
That's true, yeah, you could set it right behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And they also might not think it was you, they might think it was one of these weenies.
Weenies.
I was hoping that we would have more of an edge, a lip. But I have tidal wave, 120 foot range.
Damn.
And I could just push them.
Clear the area.
It would knock them prone. I mean, obviously the ones on the chain that have been crawling up, maybe they would kind of fall straight down.
I would say anything that's like tucked into a building that is flying, that is tucked behind the wall of Pearlmire is probably going to be fairly okay. The sort of like masses that are in the middle, that they might get washed out the hole in the wall and off the lip.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for. But we will.
It would certainly like push a lot of the creatures back from the chain potentially.
And that would mean that we would be able to kind of mosey on in there. So like that was kind of my hope, if we could do that, immediately get the mages into position and Lena casting the wall. Then like if we all held our action, so we made sure that it was like this order of operations, then it would be really good. The only thing is, like, if they don't, then we'll maybe get the wall up around them and then they're stuck in it with them, and then we have to be like, right.
And we just jump in and clear them out.
Real quick. Can I ask if the ones, like, the ones that are kind of on the land at the moment,
what do you mean by on the land?
Not crawling up the chain.
So the devils, not demons? Or
The devils, yeah,
Okay.
sorry. Do they all seem kind of fly-y?
There appears to be a mix of like, there seems to be like physical like foot legions, and that's the bulk of their forces, but there also seems to be like flying creatures as well.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
How are they attacking? Like spells or melee or range?
I think you're mostly seeing like physical attacks at the moment, which is either like weapons that they're carrying from the devils, or like claws and the occasional bites and like tails and stuff like that from the demons, but also some of the devils as well. There doesn't appear to be spells getting flung around massively at the moment. That might be quite simply that the we'll probably take a comfort break in a minute. Once I've got you sorted, so if you could tag in keep tagging in for a minute.
I'd like to leave.
Stay strong.
You didn't get scolded for going for it.
That was earlier.
I think you would well know that devils are fully capable of casting spells. It's just they're not seeming to bother at the moment. There's no need to. Like the creatures that are like rolling towards them, and they're annoying and they need to be dealt with, but they're not like massively eating into the forces or anything. Okay.
Cool.
So what are we thinking?
To be honest, I would like to see this first before I call any shots. So like, are we in a range enough that we were gonna have a map reveal, or is that not really feasible yet?
No, I think that would make sense. I'm a little hesitant to start sticking minis down.
But we can see
Where
Just seeing the
original-
terrain would
But
help.
no, I think it's about time that... No,
Yeah.
I think you're right. Thank you for calling that out. I think that's about the right time to do that. So what it might be good then is we'll take that 10-minute like comfort break just now,
Then
and
you
that will
get to
give me
see it.
time to set up all of the minis that I need on the map.
Okay,
Awesome.
perfect.
Oh, Cold's here. Hi, Cold.
Hello.
Hi!
We're just leaving.
Sorry! Probably you've been here longer than the 2 seconds there. But yeah, we will take a quick 10-minute comfort break, and that should give me enough time. It does mean if anybody's got any stuff on the map areas, please pull them back, and I will then start placing things. So yeah, we will come back about 10 past, hopefully. If it, maybe quarter past.
If everything gets knocked
To
over.
unveil the
Yes.
bread
Yes,
underneath here.
it's definitely large bread.
You are correct.
Yes.
So much better.
Good guess.
I love it. Oh my god, if I could have baked an app, I would be the happiest.
Whoa,
Okay.
and every time we defeat an enemy, we could eat them.
Yes, like Easter
Like the
again.
eggs,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my god. Yes,
Okay,
we need to do that
okay.
one too. Okay.
10 past, maybe quarter past.
Bye.
Bye.